Hi, my name is Festus Odije Erewele, and you know what? I'm glad to be here doing this again. I have, in the last couple of weeks, gotten plenty of responses from so many people who have subscribed to this channel, and that really keeps the energy for me going. I want to say thank you. Now, if you have questions and things you want to find out more about the CEO Masterclass, you can always go ask questions on my Facebook page, Festus Odije Erewele, or Erewele Festus on my Instagram handle. I will be very willing to answer some of those questions. So let's go to the business of today: boss-employee relationship. I am sure that if you've been following us, you would notice that we had talked something about relationship at the workplace. And while we talked about relationship at the workplace, we mentioned some elements that actually border around how effective our relationship in the workplace go. For instance, respect, good communication, knowledge, loyalty, and others are some of the elements or ingredients that really, make our relationship in the workplace effective. But today, as a boss, as a supervisor, as someone who is managing a crop of staff, something that is very important is the personality and the potentials of your employee. Because managing effectively their potentials and their personality is what gives rise to productivity. And every business owner wants to see growth, wants to see productivity. So in part one of this discussion on boss-employee relationship, I'll be talking about managing personalities. I'm sure you're ready to go. Now, every person who works in an establishment would notice that the character formation are different for different people. If you are an MD or a business owner, you will probably notice these three different personalities that I'm going to talk about. Now, for ease of understanding, I'll be using the common fruits, to be able to talk about this personality makeup. Now, there are people that I call the watermelon. There are people that I call the oranges, and there are people that I call the coconuts. Now, managing these personalities tells us that whenever we talk about these three fruits, different kinds of fruit, we are talking about getting liquid out, right? We're trying to see how liquid comes out. Now, for the watermelon, liquid comes out easily. You have to squeeze a little bit for the oranges for you to get the liquid. For the coconuts, your guess is as good as mine. You need to really crack, break, hit on the floor until you get the fluid. And that's how it is with the personalities that we have in the workplace. Talking about the watermelon, these people are very easy to please. This is how you know them. They are easy to please. They are also very considerate people. They don't want to hurt you. They are very diplomatic. They consider who you are and try as much as possible to moderate their responses so that you're not hurt. When I say easy to please, just a thank you, saying a thank you to them makes the whole world, makes them feel good. They are ready to go an extra mile. They are not looking for anything more. However, the only weakness they have is that they may not be too detailed. Yeah, they may not be too detailed. Now, talking about the orange personality, these guys, the people in this category, they are not very easy to please too. Yeah, they are not. You may not just need to go a little bit above thank you with something physical, because they are the same kind of people who will say, I know the next thing he was going to say was a thank you. Okay, after that, what next? These people would probably want cash, maybe a pat on the back, or a gift to applaud them for a good job done. They are also not very diplomatic. They are not very diplomatic. They just, you need to be able to dig deep a little to be able to get some things out from them. And then they are detailed. They understand details. They know how to put things in correct or in proper perspective. But the interesting set of people are the coconuts. Yes, I call them the coconut because these people, they are not diplomatic. They are very blunt. They tell you the way they feel. They say it as it is. Pleasing them, you need to go an extra mile. Sometimes you don't even know what makes them happy. But the good thing is that many of them are result oriented. And so if you need to please them, you just need to find out about them. You need to go an extra mile. You need to know who their friends are. It's like trying to get them a gift for a good job done. Sometimes if you just go buy shawarma, it could just be the magic. I remember working with an Indian friend, and because he did something very nice, I felt I wanted to wow him, you know. And I went buying him an AC. And the guy just looked at me, Mr. Anip, and he said, Festus, thank you, I don't need this AC. And you can imagine how bad that made me feel. So you need to, for those who are very difficult to please, find out before you start pleasing them. In the next series that we'll be talking on after this, we'll be looking at the potentials. We'll be looking at the potentials of your staff, and as a boss, how to manage them. I am sure you don't want to miss that next series. So what do? Subscribe to this channel if you haven't, and preach this gospel to as many by letting them, sharing the link to them. And I'm sure they will thank you for it. I remain Festus Erebule, and I'll see you in the next edition. Take care. Keep safe.